My name is Jemima. I'm 39 years old. I've been married to Trevor for over a decade now, and to anyone looking from the outside, our life seems perfect. People often tell me, "You are so lucky, Jemima, to have a husband like Trevor." And I smile politely, because deep down I know it's true. Trevor is 40. He's a hard-working man, gentle, kind, and generous. He never raises his voice at me, never scolds me, never makes me feel less. In fact, he goes out of his way to make me feel cherished. When he comes home from work, tired as he may be, he always hugs me first, and asks how my day was. When I fall sick, he looks after me better than I look after myself. Yes, I am lucky to have him. But there's something Trevor doesn't know. Something no one knows. A secret that lives inside me like a shadow. At night, when I lie awake and he's sleeping peacefully, I wonder, what would happen if he ever found out? Would he be angry? Would he stop loving me? Would he leave me? The truth is this. I cannot stop buying things. Clothes. Shoes. Handbags. Makeup. Things I don't really need. Things I sometimes don't even like once I bought them. But every time I feel anxious, or nervous, or sad, I find myself turning to shopping. Sometimes I walk into a store and lose myself for hours. Sometimes I sit on my phone scrolling through online shops. When the packages arrive at our door, I feel a rush of happiness. For a few moments, the emptiness inside me disappears. But it never lasts. The guilt comes rushing back, stronger than before. So I hide what I buy. I slip the shopping bags under the bed. I push boxes into the back of our closet. Trevor knows I enjoy shopping now and then, but he doesn't know how deep it goes. He doesn't know how many hidden bags, how many secret boxes, how much money I've spent. The debt has been growing. Bills have been piling up. And every night, when Trevor falls asleep, I creep out of bed and open the drawer where I keep them. I sit at the kitchen table, the bills spread in front of me, my hands shaking, my heart pounding. I whisper to myself, "Jemima, you have to stop. Tomorrow, you will stop." But tomorrow always comes, and I buy again. Month after month, Trevor asks me about money. He trusts me with our finances. He believes I'm responsible. And every time he asks, I smile, look him in the eye, and lie. Yes, Trevor, everything is okay. But nothing is okay. Our debt has grown into something terrifying. I've opened new credit cards just to pay the old ones. I borrowed money quietly, hoping Trevor would never notice. I know it's wrong. I know I'm betraying his trust. And yet, I couldn't stop. Then, one evening, everything changed. Trevor came home early. His footsteps echoed down the hallway. I was in the living room, folding laundry, when he walked in. He looked exhausted. He placed his bag on the floor, sighed deeply. And then his eyes shifted to the corner of the room. 3 big unopened boxes were sitting there. My heart stopped. I had planned to hide them later, but he was home too soon. I rushed forward, blocking his view. "Oh, these are just some things for the house," I said quickly, my voice trembling. But Trevor walked past me. Slowly, silently. He bent down, picked up one of the boxes, and peeled the tape open. Inside was a brand new dress, the price tag still hanging from it. He didn't shout. He didn't slam the box down. Instead, he just stared at the dress for a long moment. Then he lifted his eyes to me. His face wasn't angry. It was worse. It was sad. Very, very sad. Jemima, he said softly, how many more are there? Not just here, but everywhere? I couldn't breathe. I couldn't lie anymore. My legs gave way, and I sat on the sofa, tears rushing down my face. And then I told him everything. I confessed about the secret bags under the bed. About the new credit cards. About the money I had borrowed. About the guilt that haunted me every single night. I told him how scared I was, how empty I felt inside, and how shopping was the only thing that gave me a fleeting moment of happiness. I told him I had tried to stop, but I just couldn't. When I finished, I couldn't even look at him. I braced myself for his anger. For the shouting. For the accusations. But none came. Trevor didn't yell. He didn't call me a liar. He didn't storm out the door. He just stood there quietly, listening. Then, after a long silence, he walked closer, sat beside me, and gently took my hand. Why, Jemima? He asked softly. Why so much shopping? Through my tears, I whispered the truth. Because sometimes I feel empty inside. And when I buy something new, I feel alive. I feel happy. But it never lasts, and then I need to buy more. Trevor looked into my eyes. His own eyes were filled with sadness, but also something else. Something I didn't expect. Compassion. We'll face this together, he said. I froze. Did I hear him right? Together? After everything I'd done? But Trevor meant it. That night, instead of fighting, we sat at our kitchen table surrounded by bills and papers. We went through every debt, every credit card, every dollar we owed. Trevor's face was serious, but not cruel. He didn't insult me. He didn't blame me. Together, we made a plan. The first thing we did was cut up every single credit card. The sound of the scissors slicing through them was like a chain breaking inside me. Next, we built a budget. We listed Trevor's income, our necessary expenses, and how much we could set aside each month to pay the debt. It was overwhelming. The numbers were huge. It would take years. But at least now, I wasn't alone. The weeks that followed weren't easy. Some days I still felt the urge to shop. The sadness inside me didn't vanish overnight. But instead of hiding it, instead of sneaking around, I reached for my phone and called Trevor. We talked. We laughed. He distracted me. He encouraged me. Slowly, the urges became weaker. Slowly, the guilt began to lift. One day, I walked past a store window filled with beautiful clothes. My old self would have walked in without thinking. But this time I stopped, took a deep breath, and walked away. For the first time in years, I felt stronger than my addiction. Trevor noticed the change. He never said, "I told you so." He never mocked me. He just smiled and said, "I'm proud of you." It wasn't easy. The debt was still there. The road ahead was still long. But now, we were walking it together. And in that struggle, something incredible happened. Trevor and I became closer than ever before. We started spending more time together. We talked about our dreams, our fears, our future. For the first time in years, I felt truly honest with him. And he, in return, gave me what I needed most, forgiveness and hope. I realized something important. Happiness doesn't come from shopping bags, or shiny shoes, or expensive dresses. Those things fade. They leave you emptier than before. Real happiness comes from love. From trust. From facing the hardest storms, hand in hand with someone who refuses to let go. Today, Trevor is still my husband. He's still my best friend. We're still paying off the debt, and yes, it's a long journey. But we are walking it side by side. This is my story. A story of mistakes, but also of second chances. Trevor gave me that chance. And because of his kindness, I am healing. I am changing. I am finally becoming the honest, strong woman he always believed I could be. If you are listening to this, and you're hiding a secret of your own, remember this: secrets only grow heavier in the dark. But love, real love, can survive the truth. And sometimes, it's the truth that sets you free. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.